wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
So, Lana Hampton,
Hi.
what's going on?
A lot's going on.
Lots going on. Look, I want to go through your bio just so we can put some credits on your name. So you're an author,
Yes.
philanthropist,
Yes.
advocate,
Yes.
fancy dancer.
Yes.
What's a fancy dancer?
Everyone wants to know. You might have to ask my manager that.
What is a fancy dancer?
You know, you're going to have to ask him because he put that there, I think, just because he thought it was cute.
Do you know how to dance?
I'm so offbeat.
That's me. I never made a
Maybe
cheerleader
that's
squad
why.
or anything. Never made a cheerleader squad. Nothing.
Well, I
color
was on
guard.
a cheerleading squad.
Then you
but-
got more rhythm than I got.
Oh.
Yes. So no rhythm, and I have a white girl ass. So, and you're a cast member on Fox Soul's In Style Atlanta
Yes.
Uncut.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so I just kind of wanted to go through your bio just
Yes.
to put you some credits there. And but we're not here for any of this. Okay.
I didn't think so.
No. So we're here about your RICO case. Okay.
It is not a RICO.
It wasn't a racketeer?
It was not. It was wire fraud. We defrauded the MBE.
What is
A
that?
RICO is more like people are conspiring and,
Yeah.
together, gangs and all that. No.
Okay.
We're here about, it's a construction fraud. It was a defrauding scheme for the La Meridian Hotel with the Beck Group.
I remember the La
Yes,
Meridian.
yes, it's out of Houston, Texas.
Okay,
Yes, but
okay.
it encompassed, defrauding the minority business enterprise.
Wow. Now just break that down just a little bit more.
The minority business enterprise is only given to people of color or of minority status to gain bids on maybe something that's being constructed, such as mine, the La Meridian Hotel. They allocate certain funds to build, to put lighting in, to put scaffolding, drywall, whatever they need. And they employ minorities. They give those bids to minorities instead of, their bigger contractors.
Sort of like what the federal government does with the private sector. So having government contracts, some of them are like minority based or women based.
Correct.
Things
Same
like
thing.
that. Okay. So
Yes.
this particular project was for construction projects for minorities to make sure minorities had opportunities to get into real estate and develop.
Correct.
Okay,
That is
I got
correct.
it.
That is
Look at
correct.
me. Look at
You
me.
gave me a whole RICO. Now,
I
no,
was
ma'am.
looking at them court documents, so that's why I was like,
ma'am.
hold on. Because like I said, the only reason I know about this is because, you reached out and you had some things that you wanted to get off your heart.
Yes,
So
yes.
that you've been holding in.
Yes,
And it happens to be with a longtime friend of yours, okay? Well, ex-friend.
Well, I wouldn't say long time. Chante and I met through my co-defendant, which happened to be her ex-boyfriend, which happened to be my boyfriend first.
Okay, so you dated the same man.
We dated the same man, but again, me and him had more of a friendship. We were intimate. We slept together a couple of times.
Okay.
More than a couple of times. But, it was more like we didn't mesh well to be together as a couple.
Okay. Okay.
It was more like, we're hanging out, we're having a good time, we're enjoying each other.
Okay, so dating.
Yeah, dating per se.
But he happened to be dating Chante Moore.
Like I said, he and I weren't serious.
Okay.
But we did business together. We had a lot of fun together. I know his kids. He knows my kids. He come over to dinner. Things of that nature. I sleep over. He sleep over.
Okay.
Kind of like the new dating here. No one wants to put a title on anything.
Yeah.
Back where old school. If you sleeping with me, we together.
Right.
But
especially if there's kids involved.
But,
listen, I got children.
yeah,
So what
yeah.
this is what we do.
So, but nowadays people, they claim you how they feel fit. It's all conditional. So with him, it was like, okay, you don't want to claim that you're in a relationship with me, but he would introduce me to people as his BFF. And I was cool with that because we weren't serious. We weren't trying to get married. We weren't trying to do anything but get some money together.
Okay. So just in case people don't know, we are talking about R&B, the legendary Chante Moore.
We are.
Okay.
We
I
are.
grew up on her her music. My mom played her every day.
She's super talented, beautiful voice.
She has an style, like her voice is just out of this world, especially her range, you know.
Yes.
And I always wonder kind of what happened to her, because after that, I think she had that one, just that Chante's Got a Man at Home, not that one song, but the album. I mean, you could just play it through.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's done multiple albums.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I met her through him.
Okay.
He came to me as if, oh yeah, you know, he'd been knowing her for years, which I found out that was a lie, as you know, the case unfolded. He basically wanted to revamp her career. Rise of the Phoenix was the album that he put the money behind, you know, and even though she wants to deny it, she knows that her whole album is about him. All the lyrics, all the words. I was there, I was present, I listened to every track that was on Rise of the Phoenix. He bragged and boasted about how she was singing to him, and especially Real One. That was her debut on that album, Rise of the Phoenix, the Real One. That was her real one. Okay. She even boasted about him on Instagram, you know. Sir Charles, being with you, I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world. She had that all posted. She had him in her music video. She paraded him around. And as that, I was there as well. You know,
because I was gonna ask, like, so you, even though like you listened to the whole album, you've met her.
I was a part of the whole thing.
He was bold to take you around.
Well, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to be one of those people that say I was being, what do you call it? Sneaky or anything like that.
Okay.
That wasn't really technically my man. You know, me and him were just kind of just still kicking it.
Okay.
And I think it was more like he had me somewhat under some kind of spell. You know how sometimes...
Was it a dick spell? Was it good?
No.
It wasn't good.
I've had better. Okay. Okay. But I'm laughing because it was more like it was a loyalty thing.
Okay.
You know,
because you guys got money together.
We got money together.
Okay.
You know, and
that's a spell.
Yeah.
That's a major spell.
And like I said, I really liked his kids. My kids liked him. You know, he met family members. He came over, and it was more like we were friends, but I had a sense of loyalty to him. You know.
Okay.
And that loyalty is what I call that ride or die chick thing.
Yeah.
Where sometimes we'll put ourselves in uncompromising situations because we want to show people that they're real people out here, that thick or thin, I got your back, you know. Okay. So I kind of just fell back. You know, this is what you're doing.
Now, where is he right now?
Well, he was incarcerated. He got 6 years on the indictment that we all got.
Okay.
It was 9 of us that got indicted.
9, wow.
He got 6 years, and I got 39 months.
Okay.
And so from my understanding, he was released on September the 6th of this year. Okay. I was released last year on April the 11th.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you just like, you're not too long out.
About 18 months clean, and I just got off federal probation. Thank God.
Okay. All right. Well, let's pop this bottle for off federal probation. Come on now. Let's see a glass. Sorry, we ain't got no real wine glasses.
Oh, that's okay.
Them margarita glasses, them beer glasses too. No.
Well, we're not going to drink all that.
A whole lot of wine. So listen, I want us to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. So even though we explained kind of like what the scheme was per se, but how did you and your business partner, I didn't get this on you.
No, you're fine.
Okay. How did you and your business partner come to know each other now?
Well, I actually met him, my BFF, God bless the dead. She just passed away, but she was dating his cousin.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
She was dating his cousin. Mm-hmm. And his cousin was like, hey, I got a cousin that I want you to meet. You guys are hit it off great. You're so pretty, blah, 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 you know, spiel.
Yeah.
So when he and I met, he came to Atlanta. He was building a house here.
Okay.
Well, he bought a house here and was doing renovations. And we just hit it off. Okay. And I was just fresh out of going through things with my baby daddy. Okay. So it was like, okay, he was a breath of fresh air because he was a gentleman. He was kind. He listened. He liked nice things. He spent money on me, took me out. He made me feel like, you know, hey, I was living again.
So he was grown.
Yeah, he was a grown man.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And, you know, and like I said, coming out of the thing with my child's father, we weren't over, me and my child's father. It was just that it was so toxic, you know, that this man came and kind of like just swept me off my feet for a second. You know, he gave me my wings back, put it that way.
Now, did you have any prior, I guess, knowledge in real estate or development?
Yes, I went to real estate school in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Gold Coast Real Estate School back in, when I was 19. That was a long time ago.
Oh, wow. So did you have to like, kind of relearn everything?
No, once you learn it, it's just like swimming. You know? So the construction aspect of it, I kind of learned that me and my ex-husband used to do owner builders. We would build homes from the ground up. We buy a parcel of land and we do owner builders. And so I learned a lot with that as well. So it wasn't like I didn't know about construction. It's just that I never did the corporate part of construction, which this was, the La Meridian. I never did big buildings or anything like that. And
that's commercial.
That is commercial.
Okay.
So it was new to me. And again, this is where the scheme thing came on. When I met Charles and the guy he introduced me to, they told me that they only needed my minority status, my woman, Black woman, African American, Spanish descent.
Okay. And just to clear the record, because you know how people, they get messy on my channel. You are Cuban?
African American.
African American and Cuban.
Yes.
Okay.
And I claim African American more than a Cuban, and I'm sure some Cubans will probably be mad about that. So maybe I should just be Afro-Latina.
That's the word.
That's the word.
That's the word.
Okay,
you are real Afro-Latina.
I am real Afro-Latina.
Okay.
But yes. So he basically used that to his advantage.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, you know, you don't have to come out to Houston. We're going to obtain the certificate, him and the guy Moses.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. I've been trusting this man. I've been sleeping with him. You know, like I said, we've been doing real estate here.
And how long, like, before he came to you? Like, had y'all?
I had been dealing with him at least 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time.
At least 2 years.
You built up some type of trust for
it wasn't. We met in 2016.
Okay.
And I got indicted in 2018. So it was like it could have been 15. Let me go back. Yeah, 16, May 2016, and I got indicted in 2000. So I've been knowing him about 2 years.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I could understand. So
yeah, it wasn't like I met him like 3 weeks in advance, and it was like, oh yeah, I love this man, and I'm just going to do all this stuff.
Okay.
No.
So you trusted him. You had no idea what he was planning.
No.
Did he start off with good intentions with it though?
Well, you know what I'm gonna say, just to the defense of, because you never know what someone else is thinking. You know, I can only go by what I learned later. I really think that he thought that he could do something and get away with it, or he didn't know the magnitude of what he was getting into. And I'm just saying that because I really don't know what he was thinking. I also think that he's an opportunist and he preys on the weak. He's a con artist. He's a master manipulator. So for the love of me, knowing my kids, I just really still to this day don't think that he maliciously set out to do it. But I could be in denial as well, because guess what? He had an opportunity to say, you know what? It was really all me, and she was really moving at the hands of my command when he got in front of the feds, but he didn't do that. He kept denying that he knew that it was illegal. He kept denying, he kept trying to put it like he had no knowledge. So he wasn't
Did he try to put it all on you? Since you were since your name was used to get the status?
Well, you know, how the scheme went down. Let's just talk about that. Okay. When you you create these companies, he came to me and said he had a business opportunity. That business opportunity entailed me opening up a lighting company. Lucid Wholesale Lighting is the one I established. The name was created by me. However, Moses, the guy that was in position as a project manager for Beck Group. His job was to go out and get these vendors to do the work. He was basically to go get subcontractors to finish the work for the La Meridian project. Them two had been knowing each other. I did not really learn the magnitude of what they did until I got indicted. I knew they were friends. He told me this guy owed him money. I had flown out to Houston and picked up $50,000, $60,000 in cash from this man at one time for him. I went out there twice, picking up cash from him. So they had a business relationship for what he told me, but also I'm thinking from the court documents, they had more going on prior. I think they were both like masterminds on some level.
Okay, some past projects.
Yeah, some past stuff. Okay. So fast forward, because I don't want to get confused.
No, I'm not confused at all. I have a friend that was indicted.
Okay.
Yeah, he got with a little Indian guy. He's black. Mm-hmm. They used the minority, I guess, kind of exemption or whatever, and they took the government, DC, for about $150 million. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and all they did was to install cameras in facilities. So that was their thing. And so instead, when they because when they award you the money, when you bid, they award you the money, and then you're supposed to take that money and do the job and keep your profit. So basically, they kept it all.
I wasn't even a part of that process.
See? So you didn't even know what?
I did not. I went because he asked me, Moses, hey, this is the address you use. I need you to open up a Secretary of State. I'm a smart woman. I did that. He said, you know what? I'm going to give you 20% for using your name on anything that's done. Bet. I like that. 20%?
Just because I was wanted your status.
Yeah. So I was like, do I need to come down to Houston? He was like, no. So what we're going to do is we're going to bid the contract and we're going to subcontract the work out. That's illegal. Didn't know that. Never worked on commercial projects. So as a result, this had been going on. I created, he sent me another one of his friend's girlfriend. I asked one of my friends, his brother, one of his other friends, girlfriend's friend. So he recruited all these minorities, girls or whatever, and he was like, hey, help them set up their Secretary of State. Exactly what you did, have them do it, and I'm gonna pay you 10% of them. Bet. That's more money for me, right?
You're making like, what, 50% at this point?
Hey, I'm making 20% of whatever goes into my account. I'm making 10% on whatever goes in their account. Guess what? That's a good deed for me. Good job, quick money, whatever. And I don't have to go out there. He's like, no. So when the first invoice came across, it was like $325,000. Yeah. I said, okay. I signed off on it. That was all the lights. I got whole inventory of the lights that was bought. So then the second invoice came with the same exact numbers, but the numbers were inflated. So I called and I said, hey, Charles, these invoices aren't right. And he was like, are you not gonna sign it? Which, now he's mad. Oh, I asked you to do one simple fucking thing and you can't do that, this and that. He going in, right? So I'm like, but something's not right. The invoices aren't matching. And he was like, those aren't the same. I said, I'm looking at the numbers. And he was like, oh, well, you just call Moses. So I called, hey, So then at that point, I had a decision to make.
A couple of years back, I had a bad reaction to some cheap hair dye, and it unfortunately put me in the hospital. My friends had asked me to seek legal action, but I didn't, okay? And I kind of wish that I knew of companies like Morgan & Morgan. When you're injured, you deserve compensation, and the size of the law firm matters. Morgan & Morgan is one of America's largest personal injury firms with over 800 lawyers and over 100 offices nationwide. And the best part is Morgan & Morgan is completely free, unless they win your case, of course. Over 3 million people currently trust Morgan & Morgan, and getting started is super easy. Just check out the links in the comment section for more information now. You've been a subject of a pretty huge controversy.
Oh, yeah.
Involving your ex-girlfriend, Ashley Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we did speak to Sherelle Hodges, who is now currently in litigation with Ashley Grayson for outing her for allegedly scamming thousands and thousands of customers with her like business digital course.
Trust me, I was her tech person. I was the person that did everything. When we were together, I will say, like, I respect that everything that I saw was legit. We sat there and she opened enrollment, and I saw $1 million in 8 minutes.
I saw a video floating around of an alleged murder for hire.
It's not alleged. I know the reason why y'all have to say alleged.
Yeah.
But it's not alleged.
She's not suing you.
Oh no, she just wanted me out of here. She put a hit out on me.
Hit out on you?
Oh yeah. And mine was the most. She has multiple hits out, but mine was the most.
How much did she put on your head?
$6,000.
You and Ashley met on some business.
I was legit, there for business, and then, one thing led to another. She was married at the time, but she didn't care about none of that. I was living in Austin, Texas. She was living in Dallas. She wanted me to come to Dallas to beat her down, so went to the Omni Hotel. I knocked her wig off. And then we got up, went, got food, got drinks, came back to the room. I knocked the wig off again after she put it back on. And then I sent it back to her husband the next day.
What do you mean she's not your type?
Oh, no, you ain't my type, so the money that you had made it a little bit easier. But I ain't, it was, it made me sleep a little easier at night.
Right. Y'all were just...
No, so in the beginning, I was just beating her down. Take all around the world. We going to all these different places, knocking the wig off in different places.
You're pretty much common law business partners at this time. Y'all live
That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted to call it. She didn't want to, because of the crazy divorce that she had went through. She didn't want to get married again. But I told her, I said, I don't want to speak about marriage, because when you're going through a divorce and that man about to walk away with $3 million, which she finessed the court system. Her and her lawyer, which I'm sitting there in the house. Which is crazy. Like, how you gonna try to get me killed when I know all your shit?
Check out our Unwine with Tasha store. We got sweatshirts that say, now I gotta go and I ain't got it. We got crop top, wine mug, water bottles. We got it all, okay? So be sure to hit that link below. Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat, because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it. And their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health, because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order.
And I didn't make the right decision. That decision was, I could have called the police, I could have called the vet group and let them know that those invoices were off. But I didn't do that. And in the meantime, he's dating Chante. These things are going on. We're flying out of town. He's building the Rise of the Phoenix album. He's draking her in diamonds and things that you could tell she never was used to, some of the things that he was giving her materially. And then he would have this whole conversation about her to me, to keep us kind of like, he never really wanted me talking to her about nothing personal. He kept me and some of the other co-defendants, we couldn't go out unless he was present, because he didn't really want us talking to each other. Because I think if we would have talked more, he could have never pulled off what he did, So he kept me and Chante like, I know you're not gonna tell her, you just trying to blow up my spot. What about the money we trying to make? I'm gonna give you, when this shit take off, I'm gonna make sure you straight. You always gonna eat. You my nigga, this and that. Come on, L Boogie. Like, that's how he's talking to me. He was like, I just need you to just stand down, fall back. Don't be fucking up nothing I got going on. Don't be telling that lady shit. And I'm thinking, okay, well, my loyalty is really to him, because I really don't know her like that. He had me going to shows with her. He wouldn't be present sometime. It'll just be me and her, and I'm there at the show making sure that her wardrobe together, because she got people doing that. But anything she needed, if she needed some hot water for her throat, or she needed some throat lodges, and she, a certain things she need for her throat, I'm running around doing those things, because I know what he told me. If she eat, he eat, I'm gonna eat.
Okay.
Just don't blow his spot up. But I'm knowing what's going on behind the scene with this business stuff. So I want to kind of just go into this. Everybody gets caught up about the myth of the ride or die chick. It's really not a myth. I mean, it is what it is. We get caught up with that con artist guy that will use women for their opportunities and also use women to make the other woman look great or, put the other woman in position, which I felt this was Chante. I felt like her Rise of the Phoenix album, her coming back, that was off my back, And
you did jail time for that.
I did jail time for that. And not only that, she got named in the lawsuit that he was in.
Yeah, I saw that because that's why I thought it was. Because I think this,
it was his lawsuit.
It was his, and that's where I got the racketeering from. So it says Racketeer and Corrupt Organizations Act, racketeer. Hold on for a second. Conversion and conspiracy to commit conversion, avoidance of fraudulent transfers, unjust enrichment, failure to make restitution.
Okay. Well, because of that lawsuit that named all of us, Chante,
and she is in it. She is,
and CM7, which is her music company.
Okay.
Cheryl Cobb, which was her manager, assistant, whatever. A lot of people were named in that.
It's Charles Lee Williams, you and her boyfriend. Edward Remy
That's
Group.
his company.
His LLC, AEB Building Materials.
That's a fabricated shell company that was on our indictment.
Okay. Colette Hines.
She was a friend of a friend of his. I met her through him. Was she getting the 10%? Was she one of the... actually was one of the ones that, she was a minority woman that he used.
Okay. Lucent Wholesale Lighting. That's yours.
Mine.
Okay. And fixtures. Lena, that's you. Lena Masha. Did I say your name right?
It's Lana Masha.
Lana Masha. Okay.
Lena. That's why I said
That's why I said Lena. I was like, oh, hold on for a second. And Embrace Scaffolding LLC. Heather Sowa.
Yes, another woman that he used that was a friend of Colette's.
Okay. Dessa Hair Bar.
That is, Colette had that way before she even met Charles, and that got into the indictment.
J Company Realty LLC.
That is a friend of Colette's. It's like they went down and they went through every affiliation that he had with anybody, and they put it in a lawsuit to get their money. Apparently he defrauded him and Moses, a doctor. And this doctor saw all of this happening around him, and he went for his money and sued him.
And Dr. Charbel Maksud. Okay. And he is the plaintiff that's suing Charles and all of the companies and people that are associated
with Charles,
which is Sun.
Even his son, his kids are named in there. His ex-wife is named in there. His brothers. This man did his research.
All that because he knows you can put that shit in your kid's name and stuff just to kind of hide money.
He didn't spare.
James J. Allen, Shishel Investment Group, LLC, Sylvia Gibson.
That was another lady he was dating.
Okay. And
I later found out about her.
And Chante T. Moore. Okay, Chante Moore. All right, and so that's where I got the racketeer, because she was like, hold up, racketeering, wait a minute.
I didn't go to jail for that.
And look, he was like, no. And so Dr. Charles Charbel Maksud. So, all right, so of course everything's going on. You're at the shows. The album is done. Of course, she's on tour.
Yes.
How long after that? I guess this went on until the indictment came down from the feds. How did the feds find out first? Who tipped them off?
Well, I'm sure this doctor, when this lawsuit came and he came after his money, from my understanding, Moses Saeed, from my court documents, he was under investigation with the Beck Group for misappropriations of funds. And he was using their funds for Tiffany's and rooms at the Ritz-Carlton and buying extravagant things and billing it something different, which opened up a can of worms within the division. So it started internally there, and then they started investigating all of his contracts, who he was giving this money to. And guess what? They found out that everything that we had done was fraudulent. Those were shell companies that were built by us. None of the work was ever done. Charles and Moses was basically taking the money. And how Charles kept me out the loop, because I never received the 10% from everybody, is because each one of us opened our bank accounts individually. So my bank account, when the money came to me through wire, he'd say, hey, take your 20%, but I need you to wire this here or bring me cash here. So I'd go in the bank, I'd get him cash, I send it to wherever he wanted it sent, I cut him checks, whatever. And he did this with everyone. He did this with everybody that had some affiliation. His brother, which was ABC, he had $1 million sent to his account. Now, technically, I would have gotten 10% of that, but I didn't know how much because I didn't have control of it. He was reporting directly to Charles. Charles was having everybody report directly to him. But in essence, he was telling me, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, I'm gonna give it to you. So really, I was trusting him on that end as well. Not even thinking that, hey, something wasn't right. You know something wasn't right. Then I started getting phone calls from the bet group. He'd tell me not to answer them. And it wasn't till the lawsuit came down, which was in October or November of 2017? Yep, 17. And Colette said, did you not know that we're on a lawsuit with Chante? And I was like, what lawsuit? And she's like, you need to ask Charles, we are on a lawsuit. 6 months after that lawsuit, the feds came, called me because they went to a house that I had my name in, I wasn't there. And they was like, oh, Miss Hampton, this is your favorite people. And I'm like, what? And it was like, yeah, this is Officer Sergeant Corona. That was the same officer that tried me and picked me up on my first case back in 2006 here in Atlanta. So that same one, they reached out. And he called me by name and asked me to turn myself in. And he told me if he had to come get me, I was gonna have to pay for it. And I called Charles like, hey, what's up? You know, then my friend that I got involved, like I said, I felt so bad because it's like, hey, I would never put you in harm's way if I knew this was illegal, you know, and it caused problems in her family, you know, things like that. So I had to bear that. Not only, like I said, so the feds was going to her house, trying to go to my house, caused all type of ruckus. And then he's in California like, what's going on? Like he has no clue, but he did have a clue. Because? And
it was the doctor that kind of threw, Dr. Charles how you say his name again?
I don't know who he is. I don't know that man.
Maxoud. So I'm sure he took everybody that was wrapped up in here.
Yep.
Pretty much got indicted.
No, actually not. All of those people, some went unscathed, like Sylvia, she's unscathed, Jason unscathed. But these people had nothing to do with it. The reason why I'm like on Chante is because, you know, this was your dude. You was reaping the benefits of his wrongdoings. You're not the damsel in distress. You know, you had to have some knowledge. Then not only that, when the lawsuit came down, you had to have known something was going on. And I mean, I can't expect anything from anyone, but you're a woman, come on.
Right.
We women first, and yeah, you might think that I'm a dirty bitch because I was around, you know, and I was fucking with this dude, but I never put your life in danger. You could have said, hey bitch, he got some funky shit going on. You know, you could have. You could have not supported him. She supported him through this whole thing.
So she was coming to trial every day?
I don't know. We didn't have court date on the same time. I'm sure they did that for a reason. But I felt like he saved her. Because I know, I got receipts. I got your Sky Miles number. I got your credit card number. I got the place, your address where you live at. I got all your stuff. So with that being said, I know the money in that's been sent to your account. I know the money that I've packaged in cash and sent it via mail through FedEx. Come on. I know all these things because I'm the one that sent them. I'm the one that went to him and picked out your $10,000 necklace. I'm the one that picked your Louis bags, all of that stuff. Where did you think that money was coming from? So I feel like, you know, you had to have known something. And then he freed you, though, because he knew some of those proceeds did go into your shit. But whatever he told the feds when they questioned you, he freed you. Because every time that I've ever have seen the feds operate, even if you spend some of that money, your ass going to jail. If you had any affiliation, I don't care if a nickel went to your account. I don't care if you bought a car. I don't care if you bought a lollipop. The feds don't play. You had to have told them something to free her. You had to.
Wow. So you got 39 months.
Yes.
Okay. Just released. Charles was just released this year. Where's the lawsuit at? Like, where's that process?
From my understanding, the lawsuit, they couldn't prove some of the monies. We got indicted, so I'm sure that fulfilled it because you can't get money back that's already gone.
Okay.
I don't know if it was dismissed. I don't know if it was thrown out. I didn't care.
How much was he suing for, the doctor? Do you know?
$3 million, $4 million, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, my case, okay. I have to pay back $3.1 million in joint sever with my co-defendants. And when Chante name was put in that, the Beck Group wanted $3.1 million from her because they were saying the proceeds are the reason why her album and revamped her career. However, you don't get hit with no restitution. You don't get hit with nothing, you know? But right now, I got a supervisor role out of it. So it didn't really give me no perks on time cut. And already, because I was a convicted felon for the same thing, fraud, you know, my judge, thank God, she was a lenient, she was a fair judge, she was a woman, and she looked at the facts. Because had it been a judge that did not look at the facts, I probably wouldn't have seen daylight. Because there's some, the judicial system federally is not just, which, you know, brings me to a lot of other things that I do and try to help with in the community, because the federal system is not set up for minorities.
So what would you have gotten if your judge wouldn't have been fair? Well,
the guidelines for mine was 25 years. My high end on the money amount, me being a convicted felon, same charge, supervisor role. Mine went in anywhere from, I was a category 4, pleading 10 years. 10 years.
And so I guess you were
But I pled to what they said. Yes, very, very cooperative. But when you say cooperative, I didn't get in there and tell them anything about what I could have said. I kept it, my lawyer was great. I kept it to what I did, let me take responsibility, and that's how I'm going to keep it. Anything else that I need to speak on that has no relevancy to do with this case, I didn't feel the need to speak on it. And my attorney basically told the prosecution, she's going to cooperate with everything that she did. Basically, I'm owning my shit. Didn't feel no need to sit there and say, yeah, well, you know, Chante got a whole Birkin bag, or Chante got, you know, which she probably didn't get a Birkin bag, but you know what I'm saying.
Chante got a lot of things.
Chante got why ain't nobody picking her up? Or you know what, John Blow Smo over here. It wasn't no need for that. It was, hey, this is what you did, Lana. This, and this, and that. You set up that shell company. You put your name on it. You helped the others set up their shell company. You were the person that people were reaching out to. You had the choice to say, something's wrong, let me call the police. You didn't do that. And just because you didn't know the dynamics of the MBE, meaning you cannot take on a contract as a minority and subcontract it out because you're already subcontractor as the minority. So
yeah, so you only allow like one.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess for state-wise is different than federal,
Right.
Because federal contracts tend to be a lot bigger. But yours, since it did happen in the state of Texas, I don't know what the laws are.
I didn't either.
Surrounding like how many subcontractors you can have and things like that to do the work. Because some of these projects are so big that you almost have to subcontract out. Like,
Right.
So.
Well, I went in it on just the word of what he said. But again, I could have did my due diligence, and had I not been so involved with him, I would have done my due diligence.
Yeah.
So again, I take responsibility for not doing what I should have done. And now I don't trust nobody.
I don't blame you.
You can't tell me shit.
I ain't signing shit either. Like we talking on FaceTime.
Oh, I love you. I love you. You know what? I love you. I would never do that to you. All right. If you got a choice between me and yourself, you're going to choose yourself. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
I went through it back. I should have probably learned it back then with my first co-defendant. Same thing. Messing with a guy, mortgage. Guess what? He went to the feds. I'm thinking, this is my rider. I'm your ride or die. You're going to do that to me.
And he done told on you.
Yeah. And what he did was, he went to the feds, and I kept on going doing illegal shit. I called him, hey, I got some traveler's checks. You want to come get them? He like, yeah. Had the whole feds jump out on me. And I told my attorney, the feds had to be watching me. He said, no, he is working for the feds. I got 71 months and he got 10 months.
You can't trust nobody, especially when it comes. And I hate to throw our people out there, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It just happened with the Chrisleys, Todd and Julie. You know, they were defrauding banks and tax evasion and stuff.
I really
sending
like
in fraudulent bank loans and getting approved.
But I really liked their show.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah.
And so they're very likable people.
Yes.
And you know, it was a lover. It was always a scorned lover. Somebody said, who was I talking to yesterday? And they were talking about the majority of things come out due to, it was a pastor, a mistress, or a scorned lover. They're always the ones that the feds go to and give deals to, and will almost give them immunity, which the guy who told on Todd Chrisley, who was his side man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Todd Chrisley had a dude that was married that he was sleeping with. Oh, it was messy. And he was married, and then, you know, he helped Todd to defraud the banks and evade taxes. And then when they broke up, he said, my marriage, I'm going to the feds, and told everything and got off scot-free for telling on Todd and Julie.
Well, that's how they operate.
Yeah.
And again, it's wicked. But let's clarify. I'm not scorned. I'm not bitter towards Chante. I'm just kind of perplexed that, you know, you pretend to be this wholesome all-American girl, you know, and you're ranting and running around as if you're, the damsel in distress, and I don't know anything. And now I can see why Kelly Price wanted to slap her in her shit on Hollywood Divas, you know, because I seen both sides of her. I seen the judgmental side of her. I seen the nice, sweet side of her when she's out in public, and I've also seen that you drink Hennessy just like me, you know, so it's like, okay, I get it. But, you know, so that's really why I'm here, just basically to just bring awareness.
Yeah.
I want other women to be like, hey, you know, that ride or die shit, that shit is played.
Yeah.
If any dude puts you in a position to not be on the streets anymore, you don't need to fuck with him.
Own your shit. No, just know.
Hey, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you do decide to do something, like you said, own your shit.
Yeah. Now, question is, I was gonna say this for last, and real quick, Hennessy. You know, Hennessy is made from grapes, right? Wine.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's wine.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Just had to make sure. We keeping it wine over here. How much did you make?
Well, if I tell you, I'll be so embarrassed, but I might as well. It's public record. I walked away with in my pocket about $225,000.
Oh, he fucked you over.
$225,000. with the 39 months with probation. I could have continued to stay working as a solutions provider for AT&T at a secondary company, making my $40,000 a year, and I could have been free. Same amount of money. So I gained nothing, but a broken family, because it broke my kids apart.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4, but it broke them apart. You know, I had one kid had to go live with his father in Texas. I had my youngest, his father was here. My daughter, she was grown, but you know, she had to fend for herself because mom was no longer there. You know, and my oldest, he's in Tallahassee, and this wasn't his first time. He had experienced it the first time, you know? So just imagine the psychological effect that it has had on my children, you know? And, you know, as a parent, I beat myself up all the time because I'm embarrassed that I could even allow a man to do me like that. And again, I said allow because I'm not blaming him.
Yeah.
I'm saying I did that. I had many opportunities to walk away, but greed sometimes get in the way because I thought that I was gonna make all this money to position myself better and live better. But it didn't. So sometimes when you think that something is better on the other side, it isn't. It's better to just go ahead and live. Sometimes, what is it I say to myself all the time? The slow nickel is better than the fast dime any day.
A couple of years back, I had a bad reaction to some cheap hair dye, and it unfortunately put me in the hospital. My friends had asked me to seek legal action, but I didn't, okay? And I kind of wish that I knew of companies like Morgan & Morgan. When you're injured, you deserve compensation, and the size of the law firm matters. Morgan & Morgan is one of America's largest personal injury firms with over 800 lawyers and over 100 offices nationwide. And the best part is Morgan & Morgan is completely free, unless they win your case, of course. Over 3 million people currently trust Morgan & Morgan, and getting started is super easy. Just check out the links in the comments section for more information now. You've been a subject of a pretty huge controversy.
Oh, yeah.
Involving your ex-girlfriend, Ashley Grayson, okay? And so we did speak to Sherelle Hodges, who is now currently in litigation with Ashley Grayson for outing her for allegedly scamming thousands and thousands of customers with her like business digital course.
Trust me, I was her tech person. I was the person that did everything. When we were together, I will say, like, I respect that everything that I saw was legit. We sat there and she opened enrollment, and I saw $1 million in 8 minutes.
I saw a video floating around of an alleged murder for hire.
It's not alleged. I know the reason why y'all have to say alleged.
Yeah.
But it's not alleged.
She's not suing you.
Oh no, she just wanted me out of here. She put a hit out on me.
Hit out on you?
Oh yeah. And mine was the most. She has multiple hits out, but mine was the most.
How much did she put on your head?
$6,000.
You and Ashley met on some business.
I was legit, there for business, and then, one thing led to another. She was married at the time, but she didn't care about none of that. I was living in Austin, Texas. She was living in Dallas. She wanted me to come to Dallas to beat her down, so went to the Omni Hotel. I knocked her wig off. And then we got up, went, got food, got drinks, came back to the room. I knocked the wig off again after she put it back on. And then I sent it back to her husband the next day.
What do you mean she's not your type?
Oh, no, you ain't my type, so the money that you had made it a little bit easier. But I ain't, it was, it made me sleep a little easier at night.
Right. Y'all were just...
No, so in the beginning, I was just beating her down. Take all around the world. We're going to all these different places, knocking the wig off in different places.
You're pretty much common law business partners at this time. Y'all live
That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted to call it. She didn't want to, because of the crazy divorce that she had went through, she didn't want to get married again. But I told her, I said, I don't want to speak about marriage because when you're going through a divorce and that man about to walk away with $3 million, which she finessed the court system, her and her lawyer, which I'm sitting there in the house, which is crazy. Like, how you gonna try to get me killed when I know all your shit?
Check out our Unwine with Tasha K store. We got sweatshirts that say, nah, I gotta go, and I ain't got it. We got crop laptop, wine mug, water bottles. We got it all, okay? So be sure to hit that link below. Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat, because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it. And their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health, because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order.
Any
Slow
day.
and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. And like I said, I don't even trust men. I ain't no lesbian, but I don't trust men.
I'm married, I don't even trust them.
Yeah, you know. And like I said, I don't want people to think that this is a bash, like I'm bashing her. No, I just feel sorry for Stephen. She just got married. She's an opportunist. I definitely know that. Come on. Stephen ain't even her type.
Why you say that?
Well,
difference between Stephen and what she likes.
Oh my goodness. Her history of the men that she's dated, she'll date the Stephen Hills because they're her stability, like a safety net. She knows that they're not that, but she really likes
hood nigga.
Hood. She likes that roughneck. She likes that. She likes that. I think it's exciting for her, But then she'll pretend as if she's been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. Oh my God. Oh, I would have never consorted if I knew.
Chante, we need some answers. We need some answers. You got to answer these allegations, girl. So even though this is one portion of your life.
Yes.
Because you and I had a conversation before, and I'm not going to release anything. However, I do want to let people know that this is not the first time that I'm going to work with you. Because there's so many layers to you. And what you just told me over there, I damn near fell out my chair. Like the wine you spilled, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? And so definitely going to have you back here on the show really soon. And I love that you're just so honest, because, a lot of people think it's cute to be, that ride or die. I remember young girls, 15, right? This is why I never dated hood guys. No, I've always liked nerds. Give me nerds. I'd rather a nerd cheat on me. But listen, some nerds can put you in jail too.
Say.
However, I be knowing what the hell going on. What's that on the computer? What am I signing? I'm educating myself on what the hell going on. But I remember there was a girl that I went to school with. She was 14. And she used to, a lot of the hood dudes liked her because she had real big boobs. And so one day she got locked up because she took they dope and stuffed it in her boobs, and they got off, but she went to jail, and she was in jail for juvie for about 4 years, and then they ended up transferring her because she had that much dope on her.
Do you know that the women that are incarcerated right now, it is so many that are in there because they are a ride or die chick, that they felt that they were showing their loyalty when someone really wasn't showing their loyalty to them. It is a lot of us locked up, taking charges for men. There are a lot of us that have been locked up that the man just totally just cut them off. That was their purpose. And they prey on us because we're emotional creatures. They prey on us because I think, in my personal opinion, a woman is more loyal than a man. It's just my personal opinion. Someone may beg to differ, but when you put in those situations, men have folded quicker than women have. Taking that time.
Yeah, they do. Listen, when they got them RICO charge, they go snitching.
Man.
And you wonder why, how you out of jail? What did you do? But everybody else got 25, 30.
Yep. And like I said, don't take away from the hood dudes, because you know what? It has nothing to do where you're from, what you choose to do with your life. It's just the character of a man.
Yeah. So I don't date no hood niggas. So
you just said you can't speak on that. But I've dated doctors, I've dated lawyers, I've dated politicians, I've dated athletes, entertainers, and I've dated street niggas. and I
What's
got
the worst?
shit, my picker off, all of them. Man, everyone I get don't do me right. I said, bitch, it ain't them, it's you. So I'm in treatment. I'm getting myself together. You know, like I go see someone because it just can't be this bad.
I love it when somebody just honest. Like, hold up, it ain't them, it's just me.
Yeah, I'm going to see someone because I'm the only common denominator between these people. They don't even know each other, you know. But yes.
I love it. So listen, like I said, this is just the beginning of our relationship because you have so much you can, we can sit here and say, but we ain't gonna shut the internet down today. We're gonna wait for that.
That'd be great.
So hopefully I'll get to see you in January.
Yes.
Or even February,
yes.
and we can continue.
Yes. And also, like I said, on this journey, I am a part of New Birth Prison Ministry.
Okay.
And Pastor Jamal Bryan, he has been a really good friend.
Okay.
And a confidant.
Now, you about to get dragged for saying that now.
Oh.
Listen.
Well, I'm up for the task. One thing about it, it's the character of a man.
They say he prey on a few too.
Oh, no.
Emotional creatures.
You want to hear something?
What's up?
I haven't seen that side, and until then.
Oh, God.
I'm going to ride or die. I'm just playing.
They going to be like Tasha Della.
What you say? Get her now.
Look, they were like, where's Giselle? Listen, no, that's a whole other caliber right there with Jamal.
Well,
but we can't take away what he does do
for the community.
Even
Correct.
if it's community pussy. He serves his church and women. So, I mean.
Well, what I'm going to say, I don't want to sound like I'm being defensive.
Right.
I have been around him since I've been home.
Okay.
And not once has he tried me or made me feel uncomfortable or anything inappropriate.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a nice looking woman, and why not? But he hasn't.
Okay.
Every time that I've reached out to him, he's been very supportive of what I have going on in my journey and what I've been through.
Okay.
And, I've heard the stories. So until I see that side, I only have good things to say about him.
Okay. And I would love to talk to some of those women that are part of the New Birth prison ministry.
Okay.
And so just kind of getting their background because, we learn so much from stories like this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, I don't care about the celebrity gossip because we cover pretty much all vast of when it comes to lifestyle and entertainment. And so I would love if a few of the women that wouldn't mind sitting down and we can just kind of put them all together and come down here for a couple of days and let them tell their stories and warn the public because, I got a daughter, I got a son. And my viewers have plenty. And so just, letting their kids be able to kind of, learn from someone who's been there and done that. So that would be something that we'll be willing to do free of cost, of course, just to get their stories out there and get them heard. And even if they have books, we'll help in promotion of that or stuff like that.
I'll definitely let the ladies know.
Please.
And some of them have not been incarcerated. I think I'm the only person that's speaking as far as being the face because I've been incarcerated, me and another young lady. But yeah, I'll definitely put it together for you and I'll reach out to you and
Thank you.
Get on the show.
Thank you, Lana. All right. And
Thank
so with that being said, we're going to please follow Lana on every single platform. We're going to list your Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, wherever you are.
And please watch on Fox Soul.
Okay.
I would love for everyone to watch the reality show that we have. Okay. It's In Style Atlanta, Uncut. And they'll see more of my journey there.
All right, perfect. I'll be watching. Okay. All right, so with that being said, just look at that camera and say, now I gotta go.
Now I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, girl. Cheers. Anytime.